What's happening, everybody? Jay Shockblast here, and check it out. We've got my top 10 favorite characters in Marvel Heroes. This is a very highly requested video that a lot of people have been asking me to do for a very long time. And I've been kind of putting it off for a rainy day, and it's raining. Well, not literally, but I'm ready to do it. So we're going to launch right into it. So if you're not familiar with Marvel Heroes, Marvel Heroes is a free-to-play game where you can actually play this game completely for free. There are lots of aesthetic things you can buy, and you can buy all the characters with real money too. Or you can play it completely free. You can play every single character up to level 10 for free, and you can also earn currency called Eternity Splinters, in which you will be able to buy the characters for free by earning quite a few. It'll take some time, but there's definitely ways to do it. So this is Vision. He is not on my top 10 list, but this is one of my favorite costumes in the game, and I had to include it in here somehow. I'll probably do a top 10 favorite costume list at some point. There are almost 60 characters in this game that you can actually play as, and I have all of them. I've bought all of them, purchased all of them, pretty much with real money. I think there's like 2 or 3 that I earned for free that I didn't have. I regret not buying the Founders Pack where I got all the characters. I ended up spending more money that way to get everything, but it is what it is. I bought Advanced Pack 2 and 3. Angela is coming soon, as is Black Bolt and Nick Fury, on top of having all the different characters in the game. There are also team-up characters. So there's so many characters that are here that you can play as. It was actually kind of tough to think about who I wanted to put on my list. You sit here, you walk around, you just see characters, so many characters. Just here, you got Deadpool, you got She-Hulk, you got Wonder Woman. You can't play as some of these characters, but some you can. You got Ant-Man, Human Torch over here, Domino, Black Widow, there's Clea, there's Ultron, there is Scarlet Witch, there's Iron Man, there's War Machine, there's X-23, there's Doctor Doom, Black Panther, Quicksilver, Spider-Man, Jessica Jones, Ben Urich. I mean, look at all these different characters. Archangel, Magic, Storm, over at the launching pad. You got Winter Soldier, some more Deadpool. Yeah, they recently redid the lair, if you will, Avengers Tower. You got Adam Warlock over here. So there's just a lot you can do, a lot you can play as. You got Moondragon, Spider-Woman, War Machine again, Jocasta, Psylocke. So there is a lot you can do. Oh, over here you have a virtual vendor, but just so much that you could do, and I really love this game. I really do. I've spent more money on this game probably than every other game I've ever played combined. So I can't recommend it enough. Definitely give it a try, if you will, if you haven't yet. This is part of the reason why I'm okay that there hasn't been a Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, even though I still would like it. This game is just phenomenal. I really do enjoy it. So without any further ado, let's get into my top 10. All right, at number 10 on my list, we have the Human Torch. Now, the one thing you'll notice about my list and what makes it my list is I really do enjoy ranged characters. And when you see my number 1, who, let's face it, is probably fairly predictable, you'll also notice that there are a lot of characters that I enjoy that kind of play the same. And one of the reasons I love Human Torch is this costume. And it's a recent costume. I love his Inhumans costume. This costume is fantastic. He keeps going off screen, though. I love this costume. And, Human Torch plays a lot like my number 1 favorite character, as does Captain Marvel, who also very well could have been on this list, just for that reason. So that's definitely a reason why I enjoy the Human Torch. Aesthetically, though, very, very awesome character. You know, goes through and the fire. We'll go down and we will actually see him in action in a moment. But let's go into his costume list. And if we go into costumes, you're going to see there's a bunch of different costumes that he has. And, you know, this one, obviously, I do enjoy the most. A lot of these are just pretty basic. You know, you're not really going to see him when he's in Human Torch form. Especially, you know, that one. But I just, this costume just really does it for me. And let's go ahead and check him out in action. Again, plays a lot like, you know, my #1 character in the game. Wow, no load screen. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull back here, and one of the things I just love is that right there. That move right there throws out the 4.
This ain't your business, pal.
Shocker. And this right here, this move, I think there are a lot of people that don't like that move, that feel like it doesn't do as much damage as possible, but I like it. I just love the range that it has, that I can basically just sit here and spin in circles, which is a move I use a lot on my #1 character as well, and that's why he plays a lot like my #1 character. And then, of course, we're going to go just down here, and all these characters, just, bam, just destroyed. I'm not going to lie, I really can't believe I haven't played as Human Torch more than I have. I only have him on 2nd Prestige. But, oh wow, I died. There's nothing worse than making a video and dying. One of the challenges is I have him at level 60. These are the Eternity Splinters that I was talking about. And having him at level 60 makes it a little difficult sometimes. And I wasn't really paying attention. But we're going to go down here. We're going to use the super. So we got Crossbones here. Oh, and he's already dead. Shocker. That doesn't really help me much. So he's dead. But no, we're just going to use our super on anybody. If I can find a nice little group of people to fight. Alright, here we go. Well, they're already dead. Screw it. We're just going to use our super. And our superpower is, boom, a whirling vortex of fire. And then it just drops the fire down on people. So that's a really aesthetically, just a really awesome superpower to have.
That was not my fault.
That was not his fault. And then just a lot of his powers are just really awesome. They're fire-based. Just such an awesome, you know, costume. Everything about Human Torch. Honestly, like, I'm almost talking myself into rating him higher right now. But my #10 is Human Torch, and I think you'll enjoy Human Torch quite a bit. So, let's go ahead and move on to #9. At #9, we have Psylocke. Kind of a surprise if you think about it. Psylocke, not really one of my favorite comic book characters out there. But I really enjoy her gameplay, and I enjoy looking at her, especially in this costume. This costume is her House of M costume, and it is fantastic. I love it. Such a great looking costume. One of quite a few solid ones that she has. So actually, let's go ahead and bust her out, because I have all 4 of her costumes. And this is her House of M costume, which she looks fantastic in. This is her standard Psylocke costume, which again, not hard to look at. I actually play as the Lady Mandarin costume a lot, because this is a really cool costume. And then, of course, we have our X-Force costume, which I think is how I know Psylocke the best. The X-Force team that has her, Archangel, Deadpool, I think it's Phantom X, and a couple others. There's like 5 or 6 of them. Like, that team is a really cool team that I enjoy. But let's go ahead and get back to our House of M costume. Because man, that is just a great costume. I just love it. Like I really have an appreciation for Japanese artwork and stuff like that. So this is definitely a costume that does something for me in multiple places. But that is not the only reason that I adore playing as Psylocke. I'm not really into the melee characters typically, but her abilities are really cool, and honestly there's a few ways to play her. Now I don't really play her as a melee character. I use more of her mental damage. I love her dash move because she can actually phase through walls, which can be convenient when you're trying to get somewhere pretty fast. I don't know who that was for. But she has some really aesthetically pleasing attributes. One of them is right there where she calls in her butterflies. I didn't really see it too well. But again, I use a lot of her mental abilities.
It doesn't have to be like this.
I do use her actual sword, energy sword, as well. But just mostly when I'm in close. So we're gonna go over, and this is actually a tough boss battle. We're gonna phase over to Malekith, and you can see why like phasing through things is really cool. And we're gonna call in her superpower. Now, her superpower is awesome, very, very aesthetically awesome, very pleasing. And here we go. Ready for it? I'm actually gonna turn off the visuals so you can see it best. And here it is. Just all this energy effect. It's doing damage to everybody in the area. Maybe not a ton of damage, but it's killing all the ads, which is great. Just a very beautiful kind of superpower that I just really enjoy. Like, I think that's the thing that I enjoy about her the most. There's the butterflies. It goes after the enemies. I'm not really even a fan of the pinkish purple color, but like it's just such a great. I don't know. Like I can't really explain it. Like ever since she came out, I really enjoyed her. I prestiged her right away. She might actually be my only female on the list too, which is weird. I guess Captain Marvel could have been on the list because she plays a lot like Human Torch and the #1 character on my list. But there's the butterflies. They just kind of chase after whatever villain they can find. Malekith is tough to beat. He takes a lot of damage. So I'm not going to actually stay here for the whole thing. We're going to go ahead and phase out to base. But you guys kind of get the point that Psylocke is a very appreciated character for me. I really love playing as Psylocke. She is number 9 on my list, and there she is, kaboom. And we're going to go ahead and move ahead to number 8. At number 8 on my list, we have Daredevil. And obviously, this is the Netflix version of the Daredevil costume. He has quite a few costumes. I have Archangel right now as my team up, one of my favorite team ups aesthetically. I started playing Daredevil a lot because of obviously my love for the Netflix show. And when they added this costume, man, I was pretty happy. This is definitely my favorite Daredevil costume, obviously why I have it featured here. I can tell you that there are also there's some really good, cool costumes for Daredevil. Now, you can't necessarily buy all of the costumes. There are different versions of certain costumes that are variants like this one that are only available for limited times. But this is the Man Without Fear Battle Damage costume. This is obviously the Netflix costume. This is I Am Not Daredevil costume as Matt Murdock. The armored costume, which I do enjoy. His Earth X costume, Man Without Fear. The Noir, which is really a cool looking one. Secret Wars costume, which is probably the one I use the most. And then the Shadowland costume, which is really cool. Then, of course, he has his default standard costume. Daredevil is one of the very few melee characters that I do play as quite a bit. And that was appropriate. There's his classic costume. So we'll come down here. There is a event going on. I don't know if we can get to it. But he does have some ranged attacks where he can throw his billy club and it's going to bounce between different characters. He also has this kind of spin move right here. And then this. So I'm not going to make it down for that event, I don't think. But we also have his superpower is he can call in some help. So boom, just like that. He's bouncing around. He just called in Elektra in her white costume, and she bounced around and did some work. So, oh, there she is right there. Elektra in her white costume helping us fight. So that is one of the cool things about the game is some of the characters have some summon powers where they actually summon in help. They actually made Cyclops practically a total summon character, where he basically just summons in, a bunch of different X-Men to help him out. So, but yeah, man, this is again one of the very few characters that I actually will play as quite a bit. And that's a melee character, and a lot of it again has to do with the fact that it's just such a fun character. And even though he is, more of a melee character, he does have some pretty cool ranged moves, like throwing his billy club and having it bounce in between characters. I don't actually think I have my character set up quite right. I'm actually looking now, and I don't think I actually have all of his effects into place. Looks like I also just called in a bunch of hand ninjas to help. Oh, that's an ability. I gotcha. Okay. So I haven't used Daredevil in a little while, so that is obviously why I'm trying to remember how he works. That's another disadvantage is if you don't play a character for a while, you can kind of forget how they operate. So, but Daredevil is definitely one of my faves, and that is why. So, hope you enjoyed checking out Daredevil. And again, this is just a really fantastic costume. The Marvel's the Netflix show for Daredevil really reinvigorated the characters. So there you go. Number 8 is Daredevil. We'll see it. All right, at number 7 on my list we have Starlord, and Starlord obviously one of my favorite comic book characters in general. This is the costume I use the most, one of his classic throwback costumes. I've been working on trying to unlock his Thanos Imperative costume, which has a little bit more red in it, but we're getting close. Has the nice Gamora team up. I actually have quite a few costumes for him. We have his Guardians of the Galaxy movie costume, which looks really sharp. We have the variant version where he's wearing just the headphones. Also, again, looks really sharp. This is his Marvel Now costume where he kind of matches the Gamora team up. And then you have the Cosmic Avenger costume that looks like it's a ripoff straight out of either X-O Manowar or Mass Effect, which actually that one does too. But this was a big mistake they made. I really love the Conquest costume though, so this is the one that I play as the most. I don't think there are that many other costumes for Starlord. I feel like I have pretty much all of them. Yeah, so the only one that I'm really trying to unlock, you have to unlock by doing achievements. And for Starlord, I have almost all the achievements. I am trying to get that Cosmic Bounty. You know, you have to pick up 500,000 gold in the process. So I could run through and do a shocker. Actually, I think that's what I have for my mission tracker, is shocker. Oh, I do. I probably could do that as part of this, but I won't. So, but yeah, man, let's go ahead and check out Starlord in action. You know, with Starlord,
I've been trained since
he's got like the jet boost. I love the jet boost. He's got his elemental guns, and he also has. This is just the way that I play him personally. I don't actually use all of his powers. Probably play him differently. Again, I use a lot of. With all the characters, I try to build them up with their passive abilities, and then I love calling in the starship, dropping the bombs. So there's that. One of the other cool things is I'm just actually going to use it on these guys. His superpower is to call in the Cosmic Cube, where he just does annihilation to everybody in his path. Didn't really get a good look at that, but what can you do? He also calls in the Milano to do some attacks. So those are really the ones that I kind of work with. And I can press this button, and I get all of my Milano attacks back. So just like that, he calls in quite a few little attacks. So I really enjoy playing as Starlord. I think he's a great character to play with. Obviously, being a huge Guardians of the Galaxy fan, I do love it. So just again, working on those achievements. The last two big achievements I need are I need to do 50 cosmic bosses with Gamora, which I'm working on, and I also need to do 100% with Rocket Raccoon, which I'll do next. So, you know, loot 50 terminal Eternium splinters for cosmic terminals. So yeah, there's a few achievements I need to get with Rocket. But if you go into miscellaneous, there's a Guardians one. So I need to complete those two, and I need to complete Gamora. And then right here, we get the movie team up for Groot, actually. So actually, I forget how you actually get the Starlord costume that I'm looking for, but you guys will probably fill me in if you know. That's another thing that I am trying to get, is that other Starlord costume, which is the Thanos Imperative version of the costume. So anyway, that's Starlord, who is number 7 on my list. Moving on to number 6. Alright, at number 6 on my list, we have Ultron, the most recent character to be added to the game. And I have to tell you something about Ultron, man. Ultron could be rated a lot higher, but it really just speaks volumes about what I think of my top 5 characters. I only have 4 characters that I've brought to Cosmic Prestige, and Ultron is one of them. As you can see, I've got him on that gold level Prestige. It is so hard to level up characters on Cosmic Prestige. They just take forever. It's 20 times longer to get them to level 60 on the Cosmic Prestige, which is, I believe, it goes white, green, blue, purple, orange, red, yellow. So it's the 7th Prestige. It's either orange or red. You might flip those. I don't remember for sure. But it's the 7th Prestige. It takes longer than doing the other 6 Prestiges combined, like 3 times longer. So it's tough. And literally the first week of having him, I had him all the way in the yellow. And he's actually, number-wise, he's halfway there because he's level 32. But, you know, obviously the last 28 levels are going to take a lot longer to go through. He does have one other costume. He is pretty new. It is his movie costume. My Ultron is very tall because I used my Omega points on one of the powers that makes him, you know, fairly tall. Yeah, right here. So I've invested a little bit in his. Oh wait, no, I haven't invested. Haha, there we go. Let's try this again. So this is actually how I do this, and then I end up doing that. Accept. And look at how much taller he gets. So there are ways that you can make him taller. I really don't use a lot of melee, but I just love making him tall. If that makes any sense at all. I probably should have used the energy one, but let's go ahead and use Ultron. Now the cool thing about Ultron is he is also a summoner character. So you're able to summon, as you can see, I'm summoning other Ultron drones. And I use the melee drones because I feel like you just do more attack power. And you can also make them explode. Now, one thing I'm not able to do, because I don't have him leveled all the way up, is I'm not able to do his superpower. And that is kind of one of the reasons why I've been holding off on doing this video, is I have 2 characters on my list that I have not gotten to that are not quite level 52 yet. And I'm not able to do their super. So, that is unfortunate, but what can we do? So right now we're fighting some bosses. One of my favorite aesthetic powers to use is this one right here. We Are Ultron, where I basically call in this legion of Ultron heads to do massive amounts of damage. Yeah, man, I just love Ultron, and as you can see, you know, the XP is not building up very well because it just takes so much to actually level up when you're this way. The only reason I took him to Cosmic Prestige so quickly and didn't just leave him at the last rank of his final Prestige is because there was an event going on at the time that had massive amounts of XP buildup, and it also made the leveling on Cosmic Prestige go a little bit faster. So, you know, it was like doubling it. So instead of taking, 20 times longer, it was kind of only taking like 8 times longer. But right here, you've got all these Ultron drones that are doing work for you. I did have him teamed up for Groot because I was working on an achievement. But I love this power where he just calls in like all these little Ultron heads to do damage. And then one of the really cool things about the We Are this right here, having all these guys, is right here, Operation Sacrifice. They all explode to do even more damage, and then you can just call them all right back in. It does have like a little bit of a cooldown, obviously, but so as you can see, I barely leveled here. We just took out 6 bosses, but I love this costume though, like this version of Ultron, the comic version, and there you go. So Ultron is very high on my list. The newest character as of me making this video. Just absolutely enjoyed playing with him so much, leveled him up so fast, and there you go. Ultron is my number 6 character, and he's off screen because he's so tall. All right, let's move on. We're into my top 5, and ironically, my number 5 character shares the same issue as Ultron for me. Haha, number 5, we have the Hulk. Hulk smash. Smash, Hulk. So Hulk is super tall for me. I've got him like just a monstrous build of Hulk. This is my favorite costume for him. I have Hulk on Cosmic Prestige, as you can see, Cosmic level 37. He's been in Cosmic Prestige for a year now. Because it's hard to level him up, and I have been putting it off. I do have a number of costumes for him. This is your classic Hulk costume, right there. This is your Revengers, I should say. This is from the storyline Realm of Kings, where all the good guys are bad guys. So that's a really cool one. I have his Holiday Hulk costume, which I've never used before, where he's got the Santa Claus hat. Planet Hulk. There you go. Planet Hulk. I've got Mr. Fix-It. There you go. You've got the Age of Ultron movie Hulk. And then you have Ultimate Hulk. And then lastly, you have the Horseman of the Apocalypse costume, which is also really cool. I think a lot of people enjoy playing as this one. But for my purposes, I love the Marvel Now costume. So that's what we're going to go with. Like I said, actually for Hulk, we could probably switch out one of our team-ups to She-Hulk set as active. I'm surprised they haven't done a Red Hulk costume variant yet. That would be kind of cool if they did, but look at how just huge he is compared to, like, right here we've got a Scarlet Witch character. Just look at how massive he is comparatively. I love that about him. Now, Hulk, honestly, could be higher on my list. And the reason why he was the third character that I brought to Cosmic Prestige was because, quite frankly, he is one of the quickest characters that I've had go to, that I've prestiged through. Hulk is easy mode, guys. This is, quite frankly, as far as I'm concerned, the most OP character in the game. You are going to just Hulk smash, 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 Hulk smash, 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 smash. You're gonna like totally smash the crap out of him. He just does it. I mean, he's just so hard to hurt. He smashes, he just destroys things. Just a really awesome character to smash with. I mean, really, that's what it comes down to. He's got a lot of really cool moves. One of the challenges that I have is that I do not have his ultimate power available for me, or one of his signature power. Because I do have him on Cosmic Prestige, level 37. You got to get him to 52 to have their superpower. So I can't really show you that, but I can show you that he is absolutely decimating Black Cat, and he's taking literally 0 damage. Now the thing to keep in mind about Black Cat is these hero or villains or heroes, whatever you want to call them, that sit here in Midtown are a lot harder to kill. The ones that kind of walk around. The amount of damage I'm doing to her right now is ridiculous. Hulk was the character that basically changed the way I feel about melee characters. He is just so overpowered, you know. So it's just really I don't know, like it's so easy to play as him because you're just gonna destroy people. And, you know, some people like it a little bit more of a challenge. I don't care. I just like to play. I like to level my characters up. And just Hulk is easy mode. If you want easy mode in this game, make sure you get Hulk. You will level him up so fast. You will destroy everything so fast. And I think it's a lot of fun. I don't care. Like, I like being that character that's just completely, you know, powerful as they come in the game. So for me, it's Hulk, and I mean, you're really going to enjoy him if you're a Hulk fan. I really feel like they did him a solid justice. So my number 5 character in Marvel Heroes is Hulk. All right, my number 4 character should not be much of a shock. It is the God of Thunder himself, Thor. And obviously, I am a huge fan of Thor. I love Thor to death. I named my dog Thor. I mean, this is one of my favorite characters in all of the Marvel Universe. So it shouldn't be really much of a surprise to see Thor on my list. I don't know how my dog is not going nuts hearing his name behind me, but I'm just going to roll with it. Now I got this really cool visual effect on him that makes him, you know, have all the lightning nimbus, I believe is what it's called. So makes him look just that much cooler. And try to get some good lighting. But there he is with his Beta Ray Bill team up. Now, there's a ton of costumes for Thor, and I have a lot of them. This is his ultimate costume, where he's got the different hammer. This is the golden armor costume, which is one that I used a lot for the longest time. You've also got the Marvel Now costume, which is another favorite of mine. You've got the Beta Ray Bill costume, which has Beta Ray Bill team up turned into classic Thor. So you can play as Beta Ray Bill himself. And there you go. You have Thor X costume, where the female Thor. Let's just get the other one out of the way. You have Jane Foster. So if you want to play as Jane Foster, you can. I don't know why you would, but that's just me. You have the Destroyer costume, which I've used quite a bit. This one's tough to get these days. I don't think you can really do it. You've got his Skrull Imposter costume, which is kind of cool. This is the Marvel Avengers costume, which not the most flattering look. Here's his modern costume, which again, I'm not a fan of like his smashed in face. Love the costume though. You've got the classic costume, which we just saw Beta Ray Bill as. And then you have King Thor. Some of these I've never used before. This is King Thor as an old man. I was using the Age of Ultron costume, but just seeing it again, his Marvel Now costume, made me want to switch to that. So, you know, there's a lot of ways to play him. You can play him as a melee character. You can play him as a ranged character. I do a little bit of both with Thor. I have him on purple prestige, which I believe is the 4th prestige. And now that I've done this video, I'll probably level him up again because it's been so long. Now, I said Hulk was easy mode. Thor is kind of easy mode too. He's not very difficult to play with. I really do enjoy him. So, this was actually the second character that I purchased. I purchased originally the Deadpool pack, and with the Deadpool pack, I got to pick one other character for free, I believe. And this was my other character that I picked. So when the game first came out, you know, I was really just interested in Deadpool and Thor, and I didn't realize that I would end up playing with so many other characters. Like, I didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't realize that I would love this game so much. You know, I played as a lot of the characters in the beta, so I played as almost every character in the beta. But you know, Thor ended up being a lot of fun. So, you know, he's got just lots of really cool kind of, you know, sorry, I'm concentrating on playing too. A lot of cool visual, you know, attacks. So, I do mostly melee. I do have like this, where he can throw his Mjolnir. And then we're going to come in and we are going to just go ahead and use, since we're right here, we're just going to go ahead and use his ultimate. And they changed his ultimate. It used to be just like a big buff, but now he has the God Blast, where he just does this amazing, you know, blast of energy. So I was so happy when they did the new 52 review as Thor, and they kind of did away with just the buff effect, and they gave him an actual physical power. So we're gonna go ahead and go back up to Avengers Tower, and that is my number 4 character, Thor. And as you can see, there's a lot of people here, as a lot of different characters, you know. So
greetings, Ironclad
in any event, Thor is my number 4 favorite character. to be completely honest, when you factor in my top 3, my number 3 character is a bit of an upset that he would be in there. Not really a character I love. Thor would have probably been number 3 had it not been for how much fun my number 3 character is. So let's go ahead and check him out. And here he is, number 3 on my list. It is Ant-Man. Oh my gosh. I love Ant-Man in this game. I've got him on the orange level prestige. I think I can only go one more, which I think red comes after orange before I get to cosmic. I'm not going to take him to cosmic until Hulk and Ultron are cosmic level 60. But I love playing as Ant-Man. He is such a fun character to play with. I've got him with my Wasp team up. Ant-Man and Wasp. Look at the way he turns small and he bounces from place to place. I forgot I have the effects turned off here. Let me go ahead and put all my Thor stuff back. And we're going to actually pull... I have all the Ant-Man costumes, so we're just going to go ahead and pull those out. So for costumes, he does have a few other costumes. He has the Scott Lang Avengers Now costume. He also has the classic Hank Pym costume. And then he has the movie Scott Lang costume. So it's weird. There's only one Hank Pym costume for him. I absolutely love the Civil War costume. For me, it's just phenomenal. I just absolutely adore it. I'm actually getting the sideshow piece for Ant-Man with the Civil War costume. So it's not hard to figure out why I love Ant-Man so much once you see him in action. When he's in action, I love the way he bounces from place to place in small mode. He's got some really cool powers. You know, he blasts the ants. He's got that cool punch that comes up from the ground with the ants. Just the ants in general are a really huge part about his ability and his costume. He can bounce around in little mode as one of his powers, so it kind of makes a little range, if you will. So, and then quite frankly, my favorite one is turning into Giant Man with the boot. Love it. This costume is just phenomenal. And the character, it comes out so well. Just a lot of fun to play with. When you build up your ant meter with H, so you can build up all your ants. And as you build up with just by not doing the regular ant attacks, you can build up this wave attack that I have. I'm talking about this right here. So now I've got the wave built up, and I can use my F attack. Oops, that was not my F attack. All right, here we go. F, a wave of ants. It basically takes all of your ants. And then lastly, I guess we'll just do it here because you'll get a good look at it. His ultimate is really cool. It's the Ant-Nado. Like, this just wreaks havoc on anything. Absolutely love the Ant-Nado. It just really just blows things away. I have Ant-Nado all the way up to level 13. So, I just love playing as Ant-Man. Like, honestly, not a character I thought would become one of my favorites. I'm not really a big Ant-Man fan. I did love the Ant-Man movie, but just this costume and just how much fun he is to play with really sealed the deal for me, and that's why Ant-Man is my number 3 favorite character in Marvel Heroes. So that leaves us with my top 2, and if you know anything about me, you already know who the 2 characters are without me even saying it, but you might be surprised at the order they're in, because my favorite character of all time is actually my number 2. Alright, number 2 on my list is one of my 2 cosmic level 60 characters. That is right, it is Deadpool. Deadpool is the first character I bought in this game. I am a founder level Deadpool player. I did not know I was going to love this game so much, and all I bought was Deadpool, and then it let me pick like 1 or 2 extra characters, and I picked Thor. Deadpool is my favorite character in all of comic books, as many of you know. But my number 1 character in this game just happens to be... I enjoy playing as that character so much more. Deadpool has so many costumes in this game, and I just, love playing as him. Love listening to some of his quips.
That'd earn you the black spot.
There's also Pirate Deadpool over there.
I say we build the barn right here.
Oh, why does she gotta stand in my way?
I'd be the juntiest pirate alive.
They called in Deadpool as well.
Hey, now it's fighty.
But Deadpool knows he's in a video game. He knows he's in a comic book. They really did a good job with Deadpool. You're killing my money shot, kid. So let's go ahead and look at some of his other costumes. So right here you can be Lady Deadpool. So it's an enhanced costume, so she does have female voiceovers. You can be the X-Force costume right there. You can actually play as Pirate Deadpool. There is also a Pirate Deadpool team-up. You can play as the Deadpool Pulp costume. Some of these you buy, some of them you earn. Not a bad face there. This is the Zenpool right here. And then he has a variant Zenpool where his hood is down and he's blindfolded. There's his Sheriff costume right here. You've got his Ultimate costume, which is kind of cool. This guy's definitely trying... I wonder if Eliadel knows who I am and is trying to get in my shot because of that. But I don't see that person saying anything. But that's kind of cool if that's what he's trying to do. But there is that one. Then you have Deadpool the Kid, I believe is what this one's called. Or the Deadpool Kid, where he's a more Western version of the character. You have his X-Men costume, where he's an X-Man. You have the Battle of the Atom costume, which I hate this costume. I really do. I just hate his face. Deadpool Classic, which I have 2 of those. And then you have the Unmasked Deadpool, which again, I don't like his face. I'll be honest with you guys, I play as Pirate Deadpool the most, because it's such a fun-looking character. But I had also been playing as Zenpool. He just has so many cool costumes. He might actually have another costume or 2 if we can go into the costumes real quick. I thought I had all of them. I might not. Deadpool. No, I think I have all of them. I might be missing one. I'm not sure. But there's a lot of really cool costumes to work with. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go check around. Actually, he's got his teleporter, which I love. I love being able to teleport through walls. They did change his super with the level 52 review. This right here, server lag, used to be his special, but now you just have it as like a regular, albeit, it's one of his like special, not his superpower, but like one of his signature powers. And you can basically lag everybody. It makes all your enemies just sit there and take damage. Or they pause in place and they take damage. I love it. He's got this rocket launcher. He's got this mallet, which is really cool. He's got a Hulk arrow, which is awesome. And then he's got katanas. My favorite move for him is the foot gougers, where he throws up the gougers. Now, Deadpool is also easy mode, kind of like the Hulk. Only not quite as powerful, but he's harder to kill. He's regenerative, obviously, so it's a lot tougher to kill him. He just has a lot of bag of tricks. He has like a minigun ability. I love the fact that when you're attacking with him, like he attacks in so many different positions. Like if you actually pay good attention to him, as I attack, he switches his hands, shoots from behind, shoots from on his hands, like in a handstand. So, and then there's his super attack, which again used to be the server lag. This used to be it. You would server lag everybody for a few minutes, and it would buff you a little bit, and you'd be able to do damage to everybody. But now he has a better ultimate, where you're literally, it's like a Deadpool NATO, and you're like, it's called the kitchen sink, and you're like throwing all sorts of stuff at people as you go along. Like you're throwing like barrels. I think at one point you do literally throw, there's a couch. I think at one point you do throw an actual kitchen sink. So they made the character go from being a lot of fun to play with to just an absolute ridiculous, redonkulous level of fun to play with. And that's what it's all about. Let me go to this part. I think it's, yeah, it's the kitchen sink. I have it leveled up all the way to level 20. So a lot of work has gone into Deadpool. As you can see, Cosmic level 60. That is the highest rank in the game that you can have with any character. I cannot level him up anymore. He is at the top. So makes sense that he's my number 2 favorite character. In this game, my number 1 favorite character of all time. Obviously, you know, those are the reasons why we love these characters in this game. So who is my number 1 favorite character to play as in Marvel Heroes? Shocker. It's going to be exactly who you think it is. And shocker, number 1 in my top 10 favorite characters in the game is Nova. This Eliadel person really wants to ruin my video. So Nova is absolutely, without a doubt, my favorite character to play as in this game. As I mentioned with Human Torch, Human Torch plays a lot like him, as does Captain Marvel. So I really enjoy playing as them too. As far as costumes, he doesn't have many. You can play as Rich Rider, which I obviously do. You can play as Sam Alexander, which, you know, it's Sam Alexander. I mean, I get it. He has to be in the game. And then you can play as the original Nova costume, which I don't really play as very much. It was cool. It was an exclusive to people that had, like, pre-ordered Nova at one point. But now, I don't know. I don't play with that as much because Rich Rider Nova Prime is my man. Cosmic level 60. This is the first character that I took to Cosmic level 60. Obviously, if you know anything about me, you know how big a fan of Rich Rider I am. I am so excited that he is finally coming back to the Marvel Universe. I want to kiss the artist on the lips, and I will do things for whoever is responsible for finally bringing Rich Rider back. If you follow the channel, I mean, look at my channel art, for crying out loud. You know I absolutely adore Nova, Rich Rider Nova. And this costume does it for me. Like, I just love playing as this character. One of the other cool things that you could do is you can do this. Let me zoom out a little bit real quick. You can do poses for the characters, and this is just a classic pose right there.
That symbiote is going to kill its host eventually. Then it'll come after me.
Nobody's telling me anything, so
let that happen.
I don't know what's going on with that dude, but he's been following me around. So let's see why I love Nova. For me, it's just I know that there are people that complain about like his damage, like that he doesn't do enough damage, but I freaking love playing as Nova. I don't even care. Like I said, I love this spin attack. I feel like I do a lot of damage to a lot of people by using it. Then we can go over these super bad guys. And I'm just gonna actually pull in my ultimate right now. As you can see, he calls in.
Let me show you real.
He calls in the Nova Corps to, fly above and do all sorts of damage. I do have the Nova Corps attack at max level, so it does a decent amount of attack. I don't think it necessarily does as much as it could, but I still enjoy it. I love the visuals of his costume as well. This attack does a lot for me. I can do this where you boost through it and it explodes. So that again. Oh, that one just kind of blows up in place after 5 seconds. Just a huge explosion. I just, you know, I don't know if I play Nova the best way that you can play him, but he is the character I've played with the most. He is my favorite character to play with, and I really just love playing him my way, you know? I would say... What is that? What is that little pet? I've never seen that. I would say, you know, Nova's not for everybody, but like for me, just being such a big Nova fan, they did right by me, that's for sure. I've got him with Drax because if you follow Annihilation Conquest, he's the one that finds Drax. So, you know, for me, I just love Nova. Like, I really do. And it took so long. I think part of the reason why I love him so much is because it took so long for him to come out. They fought really, really hard to make Rich Rider the default. And I just appreciate what the folks at Gazillion did to get Nova in this game and to get him in this game properly. You know, like, I think Marvel has this hard-on for Sam Alexander because, you know, he was named after Jeff Loeb's kid, and I get it. It's tragic, and I understand wanting to have a tribute to him, but my thing with Nova is it's always been the Nova core and the fact that Sam Alexander and Rich Rider can exist together. So, you know, he was supposed to launch with the game, but he didn't. And when he finally came out, like, I think we were all pretty happy. So Nova is my favorite character to play as in Marvel Heroes. I hope you enjoyed my list. I know it's a little long, but you know, Nova does it for me. There are a lot of other characters that are great. I mean, like I said, I have them all. They're all great characters. If you're looking for a character that you can really waste a lot of money on, I would definitely recommend Iron Man. They did right by Iron Man. I mean, if you look at Iron Man, he's got like every freaking costume in the game. As a matter of fact, one of the things I love about Iron Man, and I'm actually sad I didn't put him on my list. I have tons of costumes for Iron Man. I would say Iron Man might be an honorable mention. But what I love about Iron Man is his, where is it? This one, Age of Ultron Hulkbuster costume. Just look at how massive this thing is. And when you actually, I don't know if I actually used my, oh, I didn't. If you use your Omega points to make him even taller, just look at how huge he is. It's so crazy how awesome that cost. Like, this is probably one of my top 10 favorite costumes in the game, just because, I mean, look at how big Hulk is. Like, he's so much bigger than even Hulk. And that Hulk is pretty big. So I think a lot of people, like, if you want to make people turn their heads, this is it. So I'll do a top 10 costume video at some point. But for now, let's get back to number 1 on my list. That is right, Nova. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video.
I got your distress call.
You know, again, one I've been thinking about making for a little while. Nova is my number 10, or my number 1 favorite character in Marvel Heroes. You know, I really can't recommend you guys check out Marvel Heroes enough. It's a fun game. You know, there's so many characters to play with. Yeah, I could sit here and go down the roster real quick. You know, you got Black Panther, Black Cat, Black Widow, Ant-Man. You've got Blade. You've got Cable. You've got Captain Marvel. You've got Captain America, Colossus, Cyclops, Daredevil, Deadpool, Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom, Elektra, Emma Frost, Ghost Rider, Gambit, Green Goblin, Hawkeye, Hulk, Human Torch, Invisible Woman, Iceman, Iron Fist, Iron Man, Jean Grey, Juggernaut, Loki, Kitty Pryde, Luke Cage, Magic, Moon Knight, Magneto, Mr. Fantastic, Nightcrawler, Psylocke, Nova, Punisher, Rocket Raccoon, Rogue, Scarlet Witch, Silver Surfer, She-Hulk, Spider-Man, Squirrel Girl, Storm, Starlord, Taskmaster, Thing, Ultron, Thor, Venom, Vision, Winter Soldier, War Machine, Wolverine, X-23. Whew! Did it. So, hope y'all enjoyed, and we'll see ya.